Hi there. It's Brian Griffin again, doing another video about my chronic pain and how it has affected me. So, today's been a very interesting day. I woke up about 2 o'clock this morning, which is about what time I normally wake up in an excruciating amount of pain. And I had to relocate to the living room. That's pretty much my MO. I wake up in the middle of the night and I can no longer sleep in the bed, so I have to go sleep in the recliner. And I try not to take pain medicine in the middle of the night if I can keep from it. And so I didn't this morning. And I slept in my chair. I fell back to sleep until 4 o'clock when my wife came and woke me up. Apparently my daughter was sick, and she was running a very high fever and was complaining about pain in her tummy. So we got dressed and took her to the hospital. Her fever was about 103. My daughter does not get sick, so this was something that really had us worried. So by the time we get to the hospital, it's about 5 o'clock this morning, and they do some tests, urinalysis, and an x-ray, and that sort of thing, and kind of find out she has a UTI that has also spread and caused her to have a kidney infection. So it's pretty serious. So by the time we were getting done, she got some shots, and they got some medicine in her for her fever, sent a prescription in and sent us home. By the time we got home, it was 11 o'clock. So we were there about 6 hours. Maybe it was about 10 o'clock. During that time, I was just sitting in that waiting room, and the adrenaline was flowing because I was worried about her, but the pain was still there, and the pain just started to set in. And the fact that I was just exhausted, tired, I kind of dozed off while we were waiting. My daughter fell asleep. I fell asleep. My wife was just sitting there probably like, what's going on? We got home, got her comfortable in a chair, and, I took some medicine to try to calm my pain down and spent the day, in the recliner. Now that is a good and bad for me. The good on that end is I got to spend the day with my daughter, which I always love. The bad on that is obviously my daughter's sick, and so I worry about her. Plus, sitting in a recliner is about the only thing I can really sit in that doesn't bother my sciatica or my feet, so I actually do get comfortable rest. But anytime I'm comfortable, I fall asleep. So I'm kind of curious if anybody else runs into that. Because you have such chronic pain, your body's fighting this pain all the time, that you get tired. So the pain wears you out. Your body is constantly hurting, and it just makes you tired. So I fall asleep when I get comfortable. It pretty much always happens. Like clockwork. If I get comfortable and I lay in a certain position for any length of time, I'm gonna fall asleep. It stinks because, it upsets my wife because we could be sitting there talking, or we could be at a movie or whatever. If I'm comfortable, I'm gonna fall asleep. I don't know. That's partly to do with the drugs I take, partly to do with the fact that I have chronic pain. And if I'm comfortable, I sleep. Problem with that is I don't sleep at night, so I never really sleep very good. I never sleep for a very long period of time, but it's kind of the curse. You're given a certain amount of energy every day, and I spend that energy, and that's it. Here comes my daughter. Hold the phone 1 minute. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So the point I'm getting at is how the pain has affected me, even when I'm dealing with my daughter. Because obviously I got to take care of her, but at the same time, I have to take care of myself, and I have to allocate the energy I'm going to need. And it's real hard when my day gets messed up. I guess the spoon theory is the best way to talk about that. And I've already done a video about this, but you're getting a certain amount of spoons. Once you use all your spoons up for that day, that's it. You don't get any more spoons until you rebuild them. And if I overuse spoons in one day, it's not like I can sometimes borrow against the next, but sometimes I can't. Sometimes I'm just out of spoons. I got nothing left. And when that happens, I just crash. So today was a good day as far as that goes because I didn't use a lot of spoons this afternoon. It was bad because I used a lot more this morning than I planned on. So at least I was able to rest and spend the day resting with her. But the point I was getting at with the energy level, every time, you're tired all the time, you're hurting all the time, and you're tired all the time. You don't sleep at night. You don't sleep because you're hurt. You don't rest because you're hurt. But you're always tired. And every time you are comfortable, you sleep. But you don't sleep. It's just a constant vicious circle. So it was difficult. It was difficult dealing with all this every day and trying to make everybody around you happy, trying to keep your wife happy, because she wants to do fun things like dancing well, that's pretty much off the table. I can't do it. And that sucks because I really want to. Say hi, honey. There's my daughter. Hi. How you feeling, sweet pea? Good. You want this back up here? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, there's my sick little girl. So, I want to do things. I want to go dancing. My it's trick-or-treating. It's Halloween tomorrow night. I'm hoping she's feeling good enough to go trick-or-treating.
Let me put this up.
That's okay, honey. I'm hoping she will be able to go trick-or-treating. But I've got to make sure I have enough spoons to be able to do that with her. So, it's a challenge to make sure I've allocated enough spoons throughout the day. What happens normally when I go to work is I come home from work after working all day, and I work at a bank at a mortgage finance company, and by the time I get home from work, I'm done. I've got nothing left. I've used everything I can to get through the day. I come home, I'm hurting. My sciatica from sitting in that chair all day is just torn. It's just, I'm in so much pain, and I've pushed myself as hard as I can just to get through the day. Really, I'm probably to the point now that I really can't even work a full-time job, and I'm doing it, but it's killing me. I'm scared to go out on disability. I don't know how that works. I'm scared I won't get approved. I just don't know. I've heard I don't know. I want to work. I don't want to not work. I want to work. But I don't know. I don't know how much longer I can. So I'm going to do as much as I can for as long as I can until I physically exhaust myself or die trying, I guess. But on a lighter note, I'm alive and happy. And I am super happy. I just wish I could understand more about this. And I'm hoping that maybe, by doing these videos, number one, it gets people talking. Maybe get some feedback from other people on what's going on with their pain and how they get through the day. This was a different kind of day for me because I didn't have to work all day. I was prepared to have to work all day, and I was worried about how that was going to play out because Mondays are usually really hard for me. But it turned out it was a totally different kind of day. So I had to use a bunch of spoons this morning, then I was able to save them and spare some in this afternoon by just resting. So again, thanks for watching. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm still trying to work out what I'm trying to do with these videos. I'm basically just wanting to talk about what's going on with me and with my pain and how it affects me throughout the day. And, we'll see what it evolves into. But thanks for coming. See ya.